So it's the Proximo serum that I stuck up my ass. And I look at Scorpionus and I said, what's going on here?
Yes.
What's new, my guys?
What's new with that shirt?
Dude, my shirt?
Oh, you got a
Yeah.
tuxedo t-shirt?
His tuxedo t-shirt.
You know, I felt like it was appropriate for Scumbag.
Yes.
Oh,
I
it is,
agree.
because you know what tuxedo t-shirts say, Jake? It's
It
formal,
says you're formal,
but he's
you
here to
also like
party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I'm wearing a tuxedo t-shirt. That's new. I also got a tattoo yesterday. That's
Oh, what? What'd you get a tattoo of?
Nice.
new. A shark.
Nice. What kind of shark?
Yeah. If I'm being honest, just like a shark. It's like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like done in the American, like traditional American style
The ancient
of
American
art.
shark.
Tattooing, if you will.
Yeah.
But I got it just because sharks kind of scare me, and no reason other than that.
So you're like Batman. You're turning your fear of bats into by getting this tattooed on you into your strength.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So whenever you're scared, you just
Yeah, are you
you're
gonna look
like,
down
I'm
at your
not
shark?
scared.
Like,
The
must overcome this cartoon-looking shark.
The shark is actually within me this whole
Oh
time.
shit, dude! I could see you. We talked about it as a King Shark character.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
Cody as
yeah,
King Shark,
you'd be a good
yes.
King Shark.
Yeah.
You also have the Hawaiian background, you know.
Yes. And
True.
a bloodlust.
That's awesome.
You guys smoking today or what?
Dude.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I am. Fuck, I'm actually really high from previously talking and smoking.
So am I. But I will get higher.
Yeah, we got a little doozy boozies going on here.
Doozy boozy.
I'm the master of saying nonsense words like that. Like,
Yes.
Remember Cody Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah. Dude, Loopy Tuesdays.
Loopy Tuesday. There we go.
Yeah, dude. That was
What is that? What is Loopy Tuesdays?
We were just like in the woods near Cody's smoking weed, and I don't know. Did you ask me if I'm high? And I was like,
It was like a weird. It was like a Tuesday afternoon, and Jake wanted to like somehow make Ruby Tuesdays a reference for the weird, just being like reefer filled afternoon, and he called it Loopy Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Loopy Tuesdays.
classic.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, one of you fellas want to lead us in?
Yeah. Anthony?
Yeah, okay.
Do it.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Welcome to. That was too loud.
Yeah, that was like
What's up,
very
guys? Welcome to
WWE.
Comics and. Yeah, welcome to Comics and Chronic.
Brother.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm at a monster truck rally.
This Friday or this Thursday. Suck my dick. What's up, guys? It's Anthony, Iannaccio, Jake FH,
Hey.
and Cody Cannon. What's up?
Woo, woo,
What
woo,
is
woo, woo. We did it. We're here.
We're talking about the Scumbag today, guys.
The Scumbag.
It is by... Oh, who is it written by, Cody?
Oh my God. Written by our boy, our personal boy, Rick Remender.
Ricky Remender.
One of my favorite writers in comics, which I harp on regularly.
And I am on that same harp, dude, because Rick Remender is just classic after classic, and this one was no exception to me.
Yeah, no, so fun.
It was super
Very fun.
I was
Funny.
very funny, yeah.
So yeah, literally, there was one page off the top of my
I
head.
laughed
I
out
can't
loud a few times while
Yeah, I laughed
seriously.
out loud, really, like literally cheesing from ear to ear.
No,
Great
I
comedy.
agree.
And as someone who, at least at some point in time, has identified as a scumbag,
Yeah.
at least most Saturdays, you know,
Most Saturdays, you're a scumbag.
scumbag Saturdays.
On Saturdays, I turn
baby.
into a scumbag.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a time I was like telling a friend a story about someone who I thought was like really shitty, like scummy. But I was like, while I was telling them, I was cutting up lines of coke, and then I forgot what it was. But she was like, "Ew, like that's disgusting." And I was like, "Yeah, he's a fucking scumbag." And then snorted a line. And so, like, dude, like seeing this, it was called Scumbag Cocaine Finger, right?
Yeah. Even though there was
Yeah.
never a character or mention of Cocaine Finger, right?
No, I know, but he
No.
had those tubes that fed him cocaine.
Yes, the
With
beer hat.
The beer hat with
Yeah, a
cocaine
beer
in
hat
it.
of cocaine.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
That would kill you realistically.
Oh, yeah.
You would die
yeah.
from a heart attack.
But
Well,
it was
not
like
if
part
you
of
have
his deal,
The Maxima serum course.
Oh,
of
yeah.
That's
events.
true. Yeah,
which is kind of like a super soldier serum,
basically
I
a
guess.
super soldier matrix serum.
But he can
type
do
thing.
anything.
Yeah, he looks like he can do anything.
As long as he's like has a noble intention.
I like that. That was a cool.
Yeah.
Twist.
Here, wait. Should we give a? I feel like we should always explain a brief
Yes.
synopsis to the fans.
Yes. So the scumbag is this man named Ernie Ray Clementine.
Ernie Ray, my dude.
He is like the dude from the Big Lebowski, like on every drug,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
But who also
like,
has
yeah.
syphilis and like fucks nasty whores.
Yeah, he is a true scumbag. He
He's
is
a
a
true
true to the earth
He-
scumbag.
Like, yes. I like I also love that the like setting of this character is in like an aging like fucking Judas Priest fan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he never has an actual shirt, just a leather vest.
No,
Right.
He's easily in like what, like late 50s, late 60s, like early
Yes.
60s.
Yeah. It would be funny if they revealed he's like a 30-year-old guy. Like he's just been through so much shit. But I
Yeah.
like the way they describe him. They said he looks like how old booze and cigarettes smell.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, in the
That
first
gives
few
you an
pages,
idea.
he takes a shit outside, like,
Yep.
in the public
Yeah.
on the sidewalk in New York City,
Yep. And
trying to shoot up heroin.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. At that point, I was like, maybe this comic's gonna go too far.
Yeah, right?
Like, I didn't like. Don't get me wrong, I get it, but that just seemed like honestly kind of sensationalist.
It was a fast, like upward trajectory of just
Yeah.
insanity.
Because I
Yeah.
think you had to like that was a good setup for him accidentally getting the what is it called? It's not Super Soldier. It's called
Maxima,
The Proxima.
the Formula
series,
Maxima.
the
Formula
yeah.
Maxa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other guy, but so we find out that like so okay. So should we talk about the story like that? Like
Yeah.
should we go into detail?
Yeah.
Let's do the general synopsis.
So, all right. Synopsis is this redneck scumbag, like we just said, piece of shit guy. He fucks whores. He does every drug you can ever imagine. He's hygienically incredibly dirty. He has no class whatsoever. He's trying to shoot up heroin in New York City after just taking a shit pretty much on the sidewalk and himself.
In front of like a crowd of children
Yeah, in front of a
and
crowd of children in New York
families.
City, and these two supervillains are fighting. There's like basically like a super soldier serum that does that and more. Like you could see the Matrix. Basically, he like had that computer shit, you know.
Yeah.
And fucking he accidentally grabs this one syringe that he thought was his heroin and injects himself with it. And it turns out it's like isn't it also like the last vial of this shit ever?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like literally the super soldier serum. Like no one knows how to make it.
No one knows
like
how to
it's
make
the
it.
last
You can't recreate it.
one.
It's the last one. And it's supposed to go to like the dankest heroes ever who are trained and have a moral compass. And instead he injects it into himself. And you get Agent Scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that they called him that. They're like, all right, Agent Scumbag. And then he's like, yo, stop fucking calling me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like a Marty McFly reaction. Like if you call Marty McFly chicken, he goes nuts. You
Yeah.
know, and Back to the Future.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
But you can't call the scumbag the scumbag.
It was just a roller coaster of a comic book.
Yeah.
Did you? I wound up liking him by the end. I want to keep, I'm more on his side by the end of the story. I want to see.
Oh, for sure. Like he ain't a good guy.
I like
But he's
him.
he's getting better.
I hope he
Yeah.
gets better. I mean, he did
Yeah.
like get that girl's dad killed and just like everything.
That is true. We know that he pretty much is a double agent now
Yes.
Yeah.
because the story ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also turned his back on them. You know what I mean? If there's going
True.
to be a point when it comes out and he loses
Right.
trust and whatever, but
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Agent Scumbag, you know?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting to me is that they have so much room to like if this story goes on, like what if he like starts to like become a better person, but like he's always got that like scumbagness in him
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
and that fucks with his powers. I really like that idea.
I think what I would also... Yeah, it's also cool that like the villain in this is basically like Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah.
but like meets Cobra from Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe.
Yeah. A little bit Red Skull in
A little bit
there.
Red Skull for sure. Yeah, it's just this
Yeah,
right
he's
wing.
so he's just like a like sensationalist, but it's such a funny the whole dialogue between his villainy and whoever those unnamed good guys in quotations good guys that are like behind the Central Protective Agency.
Yeah.
It's all like literally just like what like the Republicans are like fuck cancel culture. The
Right.
liberals are a bunch of cucks. Like
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah, literally
those are their
saying
words.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Cuck was said in that comic a lot.
Right.
Yeah. And the good guys are like like one humanity, one thing, but like through outrage, and you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
like
just
we didn't really get like an explanation for who those like blue beings, you know, they were on the moon obviously, but we didn't really it was hinted at that he's like he like smokes weed at one point and his like kid self appears to him and he's like, don't
Yeah.
go to the moon, dude.
yeah.
Like whatever you do, just like don't go there. And he's just like, whoa, man.
That's very
Is that a
that's
kid,
very
man?
Tommy Chung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Tommy Chong could play the scumbag.
Yeah, he would. He would.
A
voice
younger
it.
Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
I would see
Tommy
that.
Chong, I'm calling you out for being old.
We hate the elderly on here.
Comics and Chronic is so ageist. I'm not listening
Yeah.
anymore.
No, we
Do
love
you,
old people,
know who would hate the elderly?
dude.
Scorpionus.
Oh, that was
Scorpionus.
his name. So that was
That was the name of the group. They're like Hydra.
Yeah,
they're
his
basically
name is
Hydra.
Proxima.
Proxima, yeah. Which means I looked it up. Proxima is like you know how like scorpions and spiders, their head is like not set. There's no like neck. It's like head and body connected.
Yeah.
Like that kind of body is a proxima.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
And so it makes sense because they're like scorpion. That's like the theme, the motif.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I thought that was a cool name. Like Rick Remender is cool. Like he always like it's very comic booky. Like they have the alchemy bomb.
It is no.
I
I
was like,
agree.
okay, I
You're
like
right.
that.
It is a very. That's perfect. Actually, it is a very comic booky comic book, but it's like funny. It's funny as shit.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Like that
And
would make
it-
a great like I don't know like HBO miniseries or just like a 30.
Would you want live action or more like Invincible type animation?
Ooh.
I think Invincible animation would be better.
Right?
I don't know if I want, but see, Invincible's animation is also almost similar to what it's like in the comic. I feel like this
Right.
animation.
Oh, I
this-
get what you mean.
You know what I mean? This animation isn't as like squared off, liney. Like it's pretty. Like there's like warts on his nose and dick that you see.
Yeah.
And shit. Like you know what I mean?
Sorry. So like this, I have to grab the
Like
book
the
for a second
orgy
because-
scene, dude. The orgy scene.
Yeah.
has a lot of things going on in one panel.
Every issue has a different artist.
Oh, does it?
So it's not the same artist. In this volume, there's 5 issues. The first issue is Louis LaRosa. Second issue is Andrew Robinson. Third issue is Eric Powell. Fourth issue is Roland Bashi.
Oh, Eric
And then the
Powell,
5th
man.
issue, which is Wes Craig, who's great. He's Deadly Class. Rick Remender and Wes Craig. Man, that combo is amazing. I just love his style. It's so unique, Wes Craig.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I would just say, I guess it'd be cool animated. I don't know. I think live action might be fun too. Honestly,
Yeah, I would do both.
Who would you guys cast as live action?
Scumbag.
Scumbag.
Yes.
Tommy Chong's too old. We said
Dojo's
that.
too old.
Yeah.
It's a hard character because that's like a lot of like.
I guess Jeff Bridges, would just be too much like the dude.
No, you need like
Matthew
an actor to do
McConaughey, how about that?
I don't know.
Did you guys see
don't
Beach
know.
Bum?
No,
No,
But I know what you're
but I
talking
know what you're
about.
talking. Yeah.
Oh, both of you know what I'm talking about. Dude, it's pretty cool if you want to watch Matthew McConaughey get fucked up. And like the movie somehow has no plot, but also has a plot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it's, I don't know.
Kind of like Napoleon Dynamite.
Almost, but it's like it's much darker.
Well, no, I just mean in the sense like Napoleon Dynamite is like things are just happening, and
that's
maybe
who I
there's
would
a
get
plot.
to play
You know?
the scumbag. Is what's the name?
Jon Heder.
Jon Heder.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, that would not work.
You don't know.
Hey guys, I'm the scumbag.
That's
Hey Tina, come get some drugs.
Did you guys like that movie?
Loved it.
I did too.
Napoleon Dynamite's one of my favorite movies.
I liked it. I wasn't like on the hype train like everybody else, but I didn't like hate it by any means. Other movies are more comedically for me.
I say next time you take something psychedelic, watch Napoleon Dynamite.
What?
Oh man, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that either.
I'm telling you, it's a good time.
What?
Because nothing happens, so nothing's gonna like catch you off guard. Nothing's gonna be like affect your mind in any way. You might laugh and that's it. Like it's just like such a chill movie.
I don't like tripping indoors for one.
Yeah, same. A trip has to be outdoors.
Yeah,
Really?
for
You
me-
guys never trip indoors?
No, I haven't.
I mean,
didn't like it.
occasionally, but it just unless like there are super dope things happening, a lot of times tripping indoors causes me to get into my head.
Dude, I have a good story. One of the times I only tripped like twice indoors. It's because I don't like it. I just feel like it's very limiting. But it was in West Virginia with Cody's friends. Cody, did you know this story?
I don't know.
Well, because you weren't there.
Oh yeah, you guys did do mushrooms without me.
Yeah,
I
we did
remember
mushrooms
now.
without him because Cody's. I was like, and dude, I was advocating. I was like trying to get you there, but they're like, no, dude, like they were dead serious. Almost like, they were like, yeah, Cody really fucks with you when you're tripping.
Dude,
they were like
not always.
traumatized by it. The way
Dude,
they
not
said
always. It was just one time. Me and Mose have tripped plenty of times and had a good time. And Mariah is who had the worst time. Just because I got weird. I don't know. I was hissing a lot.
What the fuck?
Dude, that would fuck with me too. I would have liked
Yeah,
that.
don't hiss at
just
people
be
when
like-
they're tripping.
I would just be like,
Oh, I would hate that, dude.
dude, and I mean, I was tripping too. It wasn't like
Yeah,
my
but that
favorite
doesn't mean
place to
anything.
be.
You, like, dude, people are affected very much when they're tripping.
They are.
Dude, I'm just saying it was hilarious because like I was there to visit you, but like a bunch of your friends were like, no, don't tell Cody. We don't want him to come.
I've
It's
only
gonna-
tripped with, that's so unfair. I feel like most people who trip with me, I'm very self-conscious of.
Are you a
I feel
self-conscious
like just
tripper?
that one time I was really weird.
Damn. Cody, I'll trip with you. Just don't
I've tripped
hiss.
with you. We've done DMT together.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But that's like a solo, like 10-minute trip. Like you're not like there's no
Have we
time
not
for him
done-
to
Have we
hiss.
not done shrooms together, you and me?
there's no time for-
I never trip with you, Jake.
No, I know that. I'm talking about Cody. Have we never done shrooms together?
We did shrooms at Bonnaroo, didn't we?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait, come on. Can we hear the story? It's the Scumbag episode. Or is it not?
Ooh.
Is
I
it
don't
not
know.
a story
I mean,
you guys
I
want to
just
talk
was
about?
tripping and saw Jack Johnson, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Just my story is that like they were so. This is also years ago. They just didn't want Cody to fuck with their trip, and then it ended up
Yeah.
being a terrible trip. And what happened was there was somebody there who I saw like as time went on. He was being very quiet, but I could see in his eyes and his face that he was starting to have a terrible time. And I was like,
Oh, no.
I was like, fuck, please. Like, I see it happening for him. I was like, please don't affect my trip. And then we're all just chilling. And finally he goes like, ever you guys ever feel like something bad is going to happen? And I was like, nope. And I got right up and I went upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, I saw this coming a mile away. And he proceeded to have a terrible trip the rest of the night. So I was right.
Dude, what's crazy is that's exactly what happened to me that time I was hissing. I straight up, but my sentence was I kept going into the bathroom and turning the lights on and off.
That's
and you know how you see those red spots
Oh yeah.
when you turn lights on and off?
Yeah.
Well, they look like eyes that were watching over me, like
Ugh.
red eyes while I
Oh,
was
boy.
tripping balls. And so I kept like leaving the leaving the bathroom where I was doing that and going up to them and being like, guys, you need to go into that room. You find out a lot about who you are in that room and shit like that. And then like I started saying things like, do you ever feel like bad things are going to happen? And Moses was just like, no. And I was like, maybe not to you, but like at the very least intended for you. And he was like, why are you saying this? And
that's hilarious. I tripped mushrooms with Cody's younger brother. That was a lot of fun.
Dude, my brother's probably a way more chill mushroom trip. I sometimes, like, it depends on my environment. Sometimes, like, if I'm outdoors, I'm great. I'm having a good time. Everything's beautiful. If I'm microdosing, I'm fine. You know what I mean? But if I'm, like, balls to the wall and I'm inside, I'm probably going to get in my head and get weird and sad and not great. But then the next day I wake up great and I'm like, that was a nightmare, like in trade for like happiness, you know?
Yeah.
I never really have bad trips. Whenever I really like, you know, I'm a big set and setting person, you know? Like if the setting for you is outside and that's what makes you have a good trip, do it outside, you know? I could do both. I love being inside and going in my head because to me it's a place to you guys are saying no, and that's exactly why it feels that way. Like it's the inside of your head is a place to be conquered, you know.
The inside of my head is terrifying.
Yeah, that's why you gotta look at the shark, dude.
Look at the shark! Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh my
That's
god!
awesome.
No, seriously, like
Hey, Brett, look at the shark.
the phrase that I always think about before I go on a trip is something like it's advice I've heard. I forgot where I read it, but the phrase is, if you see a monster in the graveyard, run towards it. And that's how you have to like handle a trip, good or bad. And you know, like think about this way too. Like, you know, if I say don't think about bananas, you know, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's that way.
Yeah, no, it definitely is that way because like when I was younger, it doesn't really happen anymore now. But when I was younger, I used to like, if in any capacity my son was brought up, I used to just be like, oh my God, I'm a terrible father. And then I would just like, and then I would like, take times of tripping and like be like, okay, Cody, you just don't have to think about him. This is you time and stuff. And then, I mean, I never did it when he was around. Disclaimer. I was never that taking. Wouldn't that be insane?
Yeah, like you're thinking that he's like, Dad.
I was just like, he's not real. He's like, Daddy.
It's me.
But like with age, obviously that's something I've overcome. But like when I was a young father, I used to like try to avoid thinking about him, which made me think about him. And then I would be like, oh my God, this is terrifying. But now I kind of like, I don't know, it was a good time.
Yeah, like, but I get it. Like, if you're tripping with friends, you want it to be a fun time. You know, you don't want to get into your head like that. So yeah, like that's why I say set and setting, because as long as you're like, okay, this is our boundaries. Like, we're all chilling. You know, we're gonna have a good time. Like, you'll have a good time.
Yeah. If you pizza when you French fry, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
But anyway, I think for all of the drugs he's taken, Ernie Ray Clementine was terrible at doing drugs.
Yeah, he really was.
He wasn't a pro by any means.
No,
you know?
he was just dirty. Like they even applied like in the beginning with the prostitutes in the bar that he was like very sexually dirty and like he's just nasty. He's just a nasty man.
I like that he specifically said, "I want a Hunter S. Thompson suitcase full of drugs." Because apparently Hunter S. Thompson would do like mad drugs like from morning till night and just constantly write.
Yeah, you never saw or read Fear and Loathing?
No, I never read it.
You ever seen
Have
it?
you seen it?
No. I started watching it once. I never finished it. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. It was like too trippy for me whenever I did watch it, but it's been years. I haven't tried.
It's honestly great, but you can't be tripping while you're watching.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to.
It would be a nightmare trip. If people who say that, people who would want to trip and watch Fear and Loathing, also probably really love Avenged Sevenfold.
Definitely. Avenged Sevenfold. Oh my god. I bet the Scumbag might like Avenged Sevenfold.
He would like.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When they first came out, I was really into Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, but we were in high school.
I was also really into just like the entirety of the like Warped Tour scene.
Oh, so like whatever band was on the card, you're like, awesome, I love them.
No, I mean, I had my own taste, because the card's big enough that you get to pick and choose.
Yeah. But you have a very eclectic taste.
That's
in
true.
music,
I didn't always.
You know a lot of music, Cody. I'll give you that.
I didn't always. When I was younger, I was like rock and roll only, and then I was like, then I started smoking weed, and I was like, oh, other stuff is cool too. And then then I got too into weed and only listened to white guys doing reggae music.
Oh yeah.
And then,
because of you, I know about the band Pepper. I had never heard of them until you.
Yeah,
you're like, dude, listen to Pepper. I'm like, okay,
they're so bad. Like 20. I mean, they have some bangers, and like some of the songs will invoke like a deep sense of nostalgia, but like, no. Yeah. Anyway, and now I'm where I am musically, which is more of like I listen to a variety of things.
He only listens to the song "Take Me Home, Country Roads."
Yeah.
That's it.
On repeat.
And "Torn" by Natalie Imbruglia. Those two songs alone define me. I don't know why I picked that of all things. One time, like a couple months ago, for some reason that was on like a playlist I made, and it was on, and my roommate walked in, and I was just like doing the dishes while it was playing, and he was just like, "You seem like a woman, like divorcee in her 40s." So
hey, sometimes you got to listen to Torn.
Yeah.
Got to get it out of your system.
Get it.
Yeah.
Or is that like really a legit one of your favorite songs?
I do enjoy it a lot. It's silly. Like, I enjoy it in the same way I enjoy like Third Eye Blind songs.
Gotcha.
Like they're incredibly melodramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just like, I mean, they're good songs, don't get me wrong, but it's like that 90s aesthetic was like just kind of wild.
Right. I mean, like, are you sitting there like, you're right, nothing is right, I'm torn?
Oh, no.
Right, exactly.
If it's on, usually I'm just singing along gleefully.
It's just an earworm.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh.
Shit makes me want to pop off or something.
You mean fight somebody?
Or just like dance. I don't know.
You just like to party, man.
Yeah. I get overwhelmed. I would fit in with her. I'm not nearly as wild as I once was, but I'd still, at least I'd like to have a smoke sesh with Ernie Ray Clementine.
Ernie Ray Clementine would be mad fun to have a party with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd bring the party.
He is a walking party.
Dude, going back to the comedic aspects in the comics, I thought one of the funniest things for me where I did laugh out loud. So it's like they mentioned in the beginning Spanish Larry, his drug dealer at the bar.
Yeah.
And dude, so after he injects himself with the serum, he comes back the next day. He's like, yo, dude, do you have any more of that shit? That shit was like, that was amazing. He's like, dude, that was rat poison. I tried to kill you. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, Larry, you're so fucking funny, man. He's like, no, I'm serious. I tried to kill you. And so then it's when him, and I forget the girl's name, but what was the agent that was with him?
Sister Mary?
Yeah, Sister Mary.
Yeah, Sister Mary. They're fighting, and I think it might be his first fight where he has the powers, and she's like, you got to think, they only activate when you think of something noble. And he's like, think of something noble. And you see him, and he goes to like basically Hadouken someone, and he goes, Spanish Larry! And then it was she was like, think of somebody you care about who you would like, who loves you. And he goes, Spanish Larry. And it's like, dude, he had already admitted that he tried to kill him.
Yeah.
I thought that was just funny as fuck.
That's a great detail.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
The comedy was just on point.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like over the top, but in a way that like it's self-aware and like incorporates things from modern conversations, but in like a funny, not a hammy way. You know, or like it's purposefully hammy, so
it'll
it's
be
funny.
like either purposefully on the nose or just like blatantly like satire making fun of it.
Exactly. Like there I remember in one of the fights, they're like, dude's like while he's throwing punches, he's like saying something about a millennial tweeting on Twitter.
Like, some soy boy drinking cook. Like
oh, the ultra nationalist.
The
that's
ultra
what that
nationalist.
guy's
Wait,
called.
I want to just say this because I thought this when I read it. Did you ever play Street Fighter Strike or 3 Strike? What's it called? Do you know who Dudley is in Street Fighter?
Dudley.
Don't you think that guy looked like Dudley?
Dudley the Dragon?
No, Dudley's a British boxer who looks exactly like the ultra nationalist. As soon as I read it, I was like, "Oh, this guy looks like Dudley from Street Fighter."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but he has that white nationalist haircut that you see all these Proud Boys have.
I know, but Dudley also has slicked back hair and wears the
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
so I just
I know exactly. Yeah,
that was a little nerd detail for anyone that plays Street Fighter.
I thought a funny line. He's like, like he's looking for a joint in his pocket. He's like, he just like, I need to smoke. And he's like, he finds it and he literally says, by Odin's leathery taint. And then he pulls it out and he's like, El Rocho.
Yeah, dude, like I said, like it's so over the top that it doesn't take you out of it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like the first episode. I feel like
the first episode.
the first issue. I'm high. First issue. The first issue. I'm like by the end of it, I was like, or maybe halfway through, I was like, this might be just like a little too ridiculous. But like before it was over, I was sold and. Like the rest of it, it kind of just like tied me in and I couldn't get away.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to, the next volume whenever it comes out. Yeah, because it's an ongoing. It doesn't end after the end of issue 5. It keeps going.
It keeps going and going.
I like that the villain that is the ultra nationalist. I like that he's not just like a silent big old thug. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
I like that he's like firing dumbass one-liners and dude, yeah, it was cool. And Sister Mary's dope. Everyone's dope.
Yeah, I liked her a lot
Sister
too.
Mary was cool.
I'm looking forward. We only barely got introduced to him, but they introduced in the last episode a sentient sex robot. That was like part of his deal to work with the government.
Yeah, but she refuses to fuck him.
But yeah, because he asked for her to be sentient, she refuses to bang him because he disgusts her.
Yeah, she's so smart. She's like, no.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's an interesting cast of characters.
Yes. Yeah. And it's going to be fun. There's going to be some point in time where he has to redeem himself,
Yeah. And I also, again, to go back to like the rotating artists, like since it's different each issue, I like, who would you guys want to see actually do an issue of the Scumbag?
Ooh.
I'll go with one off the top of my head who does a lot of work with Rick Remender. His name is Jerome Pena.
Dude,
I really love his art.
Okay.
And I think, especially the Scumbag, like that would be hilarious. Because it'd be so detailed, but it's just like this dude, like, boofing a beer or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Boofing a beer.
Like a funnel straight up his ass. Like, of course.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think
Jake, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I know all.
See you next weekend, Jake.
Oh, that's gnarly. There's this, and I only just read it, but like, if you guys saw the art, I feel like you would think it looks kind of similar to Scumbaggy. This artist, Alberto Ponticelli, I guess he did like something called The Unknown Soldier, and he did like a Dark Knight comic.
Nice.
But I think he would be a good Scumbag artist.
Nice. What about you, Cody?
I honestly got stoned listening to Jake. I mean, I've been stoned, but
an artist that you would want to see.
Zoned out. Give me 10 seconds.
Alex Ross.
Oh yeah, see, that's a good one. Fucking Alex Ross, like just painting like a huge dick. Like, he's like, yes.
Yeah, like, the scumbag is doing a fat line of coke off of it.
Yep.
Or something. Like, just, dude, because it was pretty graphic during like the orgy scene.
The orgy, yeah.
Yeah, there was dude. Did you take the time to look at like everything? There's some hilarious shit in there.
There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a lot. Like he took his time with that. You could even tell it's just like the way certain people position. You're just like, what? Like
okay, I'm gonna go with the main artist for the Jonathan Hickman series, The Manhattan Projects, Pitara. I don't know their first name to be honest, but that like when I was reading it, I was like, this would be a fun, like it would be very different, but for like one issue, I think it would be sick.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit grungy, that art, which I think would fit for it perfectly. Yeah. Absolutely. How much of the Manhattan Projects have you read? I haven't really read much.
I think I've read like the first 3 or 4 volumes.
Nice. That is a wacky comic, but really cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
I've never read it.
It's great. It's basically like an alternate history version of the Manhattan Projects, who's like Einstein, and they get into like crazy, like Oppenheimer, all those guys, and they get into like crazy science fiction hijinks as those guys.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
Yeah. I feel like Rick Remender, he's also the kind of writer that does like wacky science fiction, because there's Fear Agent. I haven't really read much of it, but it's very similar. The Scumbag reminded me of that character a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he also does Black Science, which is kind of like more like serious science fiction. Really dark too, but cool. Yeah. I don't know, Rick Remender, like the Scumbag is funny, but like in real life, he would be a really dark, depressing character. And we get a glimpse of that towards the end.
Yeah, you definitely get a glimpse of that towards the end.
Yeah, when he's interacting with that tree that just peers into his soul, he's like, I want a party. And the tree's like, or are you partying to cover up your pain? And like, he's like, what?
Yeah, to the point where he literally starts crying because he knows this is, the pain he's masking. Like, no one likes him. He's a piece of shit. And, his life sucks.
Yeah.
But hey, that is the sacrifice of a true hero. So
of a true hero,
I can relate.
Yeah.
Where would the world be without you, Jake? We'd be in darkness,
utter despair.
Yeah. Utter despair.
Luckily, I'm here to lift you guys. Color up in this. I'm high as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah! Do you guys have any other casting people you'd like to see doing any of the characters?
Well, how about so say if it was going to be animated, what would you guys do for voice cast?
Oh shit!
Ooh, for this,
because like I don't know if I see like Jeff Bridges' voice being the Scumbag. I want something a little like as Cody would say, I want to hear a wet voice.
I want to, he's got to sound gnarly. You know what I mean?
How about, here's my first one I'm going to throw out there. Walton Goggins.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh. I like that a lot, actually.
What about Gilbert Gottfried?
Yes! So it's the Proximo serum that I stuck up my ass. And I look at Scorpionus and I said, what's going on here?
Yes. That's perfect. That's a great fucking Gilbert Gottfried.
Thank you. I actually do think I do a good Gilbert Gottfried.
That voice is hard to do and extremely grating.
It's very
I'm
grating.
geeking.
It's also like because he only yells. I probably just pissed off all my neighbors. But
wait, say this line. Say this line. Okay, he says, "It ain't the size of the penis; it's the depth of the vagina." As Gilbert Gottfried.
It ain't the size of the penis. It's the depth of the vagina.
Nice. That's Jake FH as Gilbert Gottfried as the Scumbag.
He's playing a dude disguised as another dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so Gilbert Gottfried obviously is Scumbag.
Yeah.
I do like Walt Goggins a lot. Both, actually, I think Walt Goggins were perfectly live action.
Yeah. Walt Goggins would be a sick scumbag. Yeah. Oh, man. So fun.
He could pull it off.
What
the
about,
other characters,
Well, yeah, they don't really matter. You're right.
I mean, I think Sister Mary matters. I think
Who'd you cast?
Proximo and the Ultranationalists matter.
Yeah. The sex robot has to be funny too. Like, who would the sex robot
Just
be?
somebody incredibly hot.
I feel like get or like even like a comedian, a female comedian.
Oh, like
yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know, because that was like Rick and Morty-esque to me. Not that he was like, I guess, that's unfair of, to just compare everything to Rick and Morty, but
yeah, Anthony, God, Rick and Morty didn't invent everything.
Yeah, it didn't though. You're right. That's what I mean. I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah, please don't.
Please don't. We can talk about anything on this podcast.
Yeah, but we don't talk about it.
That's the dark space.
That's one thing we do not say here.
You will never hear us say I'm.
No, don't you do
I
that.
have to edit that out.
No, you gotta. What you need to do is just say I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wait, did you guys see Elon Musk on SNL? It was so bad.
Oh god! Speaking
disgusting.
of scumbags, right?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that guy.
That guy managed to make Wario not funny.
I see. I didn't see that sketch. I heard something about it with the shells was funny, but I don't know.
I watched one sketch and was like, "That's enough for me."
Yeah, no. I mean, SNL in general
is one is enough, if not too much.
Sometimes they have really funny sketches. I think a couple seasons ago they were doing really well. I was watching it a lot, and like Kyle Mooney is like, I think, one of the best on SNL. Like his sketches, like you could tell when it's him. They're just really wacky, and he plays the weirdest characters.
And those are the good ones, dude. But their sketches just miss all the time.
Yeah.
Oh god,
it's almost
They're
like it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah,
and it makes me glad that like, and dude, what's also uncomfortable? And this is before the pandemic, dude. You can hear there's not as much laughter in the room itself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
you feel it.
You feel it. Like at least fucking force that shit. That way, the people watching it, like, I guess it's a little funnier than I thought it was.
Yeah, like because if you're watching it at like 12 in the morning, like if you actually are watching it live, like you're not gonna be full of energy. So like if those people aren't, you're like, shut the shit off. Like it's done.
Dude, it's just not.
It's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your goose is cooked, SNL. We're coming for you.
Dude, we should be on SNL.
We should just sabotage SNL and then release CNC.
Oh.
Our
but
own
still with the same like jazz music. It's Sonic Synchronic. It's like featuring Cody Cannon. Like, Cody, what would you be doing? You know how they're always like nonchalantly like doing something like, oh.
Yeah, I'll be like eating something for sure.
Ooh, okay, Cody should like key a beer and then shotgun it.
Yeah, it's like
party boy.
Then look at the camera.
Or just like slam it against your head. And that's like
Anthony, what are you doing? Starring Anthony Iannaccio.
Can I be smoking weed?
Yeah, of course.
Is that too like on the nose?
Yeah. No, that's Fred.
About to take a shit?
Oh, nice.
But
on the sidewalk like a scumbag.
But on the Halloween episode, we should make twists on it. Like instead of me shotgunning a beer, I'm like, I don't know, murdering somebody. Or...
Shotgunning a human heart?
Yeah, a human
full
heart.
of blood.
Anthony will just be like smoking a bunch of like ground up bones.
Yeah, I like to smoke roast them bones.
Roast them bones. Throw some bows. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're just talking nonsense.
Yeah, dude, I'm done.
What are we
talking about?
What am I doing? What am I doing on our SNL show?
Oh yeah, Jake FH.
I feel like I don't know if I have anything. My brain is so cooked.
Dude, you gotta be doing something.
Shooting somebody
like
from a car, like a drive-by.
I'm just like
shooting.
masturbating, and then I see the camera. I'm like,
just like,
oh, you're jaking off.
I'm jaking off.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Here's something, because
Here we go.
towards in I think the last issue when this, or the next to last issue when the scumbag is confronting the main dude, and he looks different throughout each issue, so it was hard to tell it was the same guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the art's different, so the characters could look completely different sometimes.
Yeah.
You know who he kind of reminds me of?
Who?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I'm saying, Jake?
Yeah.
No.
Or he wants to be.
I know the name. Who is it?
He's in Star Wars in A New Hope. He's the one that kind of has like Vader on a leash and whatever.
Yeah. His hands are always behind his
right,
back.
right,
You could
right,
picture him standing like very straight, never smiling.
Oh, okay.
But this dude, it's not really okay. He asked Scumbag, because he's like doing this whole thing, right? At the start of the scene, he has a Batman comic, like the very first Detective Comics in his. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
To go back to the Hush episode, remember that you said, we talked about this. This is why I found this hilarious, or you guys brought it up, where how, like, you know, if we're applying too much reality to the world of Batman, it kind of falls apart. But that's what they do here, and it shits on Batman so hard. Cody, you literally called Batman a fascist, and that's what the Scumbag calls Batman in this.
Yeah, you're right. He does, actually. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought that was interesting. That guy's like, everyone loves Batman. Everyone wants a rich white man to, you know, save the day. And it really frames Batman, and you're like, fuck you, man. Now you're making me not like Batman because you're this like white nationalist villain just pointing out facts about Batman. And it's, you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I love
Batman.
Batman.
It's crazy. I mean, yeah, but it's dope that, I mean, it's cool that the bad guy is a big Batman fan. You know what I mean?
It's a twist you don't see coming in a, you know, it's just, you don't expect that detail.
Dude, have I showed you guys this doll that my sister knit for me?
Batman?
Yeah.
I think you might have been like a while back, but no, you might not have.
Show
I
us
don't
I
know.
don't think I have. I think I mentioned it to you, but
Did I think
Here,
you're lying?
I was very impressed because she knit it. But here, dude, check it out. It's really cool. She knit this doll.
Oh, that's awesome.
But wait,
That's
it's
sick.
a joint.
Oh,
See?
shit. You got to
Oh,
post that, dude.
God.
That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, you should post that.
That's a
Post
Comics
that
and
to the
Chronic
page.
mascot, dude.
Dude, and look,
Yeah,
the
dude.
joint even has a face. It's sentient.
Nice. Batman would smoke a sentient.
Yeah, dude. So, like, yeah. She knit that for me.
save the creatures of the THC
Yeah, dude, she did that for me. I was like, oh, that's actually really impressive. So,
Dude,
that's my little...
Alfred, the only way to save these creatures is to get high as fuck.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I smoke that defines me. What?
Very well, sir. Master Wayne, a blunt.
Should I get the dank Kush, Master Wayne?
Did you guys see that clip of somebody on Twitter talking about the Injustice and Batman dialogue?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I sent that
Anthony
to you
said
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Just like constantly.
Everybody's saying a different, like asking him why he's doing this, or like
Yeah.
saying this must be a fight, and regardless, his dialogue is just, "I'm Batman." Dude, I wonder who. Do you guys have any predictions for where this comic's gonna go?
To the moon.
No.
Literally.
I don't doubt that. But no,
Yeah.
I truly don't know where this crazy roller coaster will go.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Because every single time I'm like, oh, I know what's gonna happen.
Right.
They throw me through a loop.
Also, each issue, I don't know if you guys realize, it's kind of like double sized, right? It's longer than a
Yes.
normal issue.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
cool. That's more bang for your buck. So it's almost like a 10 issue comic if you think of it
Hey.
that way, I guess.
I like that.
That logic works, Jake. Think about it.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think, they obviously didn't get rid of the Scorpionus group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got away.
They're
in the
basically
end.
Hydra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time, scumbag.
So they're going to try to kill more beta cucks.
Yeah. And I'm excited for dude, I loved the dialogue.
They call people beta cucks.
Yeah,
I'm not the guy saying beta cucks. I don't want it to come across that way. Like, I'm
Jesus.
not.
Anthony's
Anthony.
an alpha.
Why don't you just go
Yeah.
alpha
Joe Rogan
misogynist.
already? and suck
Yeah.
his
Oh,
dick?
I love in the Scumbag, there's a scene where Sister Mary's sneaking around and you hear a conversation of the guards. And they're having they're talking like they're working for like Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
like,
during
they
the
have-
orgy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
during the orgy.
Yeah, they're like, why doesn't he ever throw an orgy for us? Like, a thank you would be nice once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just a funny, I don't know. It does a good job of like being out of this world, unrealistic, and like cherry picking parts of like our societal dialogue.
Right, and makes it feel real.
Yeah.
And know what else? Like the scumbag, like he is a scumbag, right?
Yeah.
And he's a scumbag in a lot of ways, but like morally, he's not necessarily a scumbag. Like,
Oh yeah, he is.
but
Morally,
by the end
he
of-
literally took up the white nationalist dude on the gold and the money,
right,
and almost
right.
got Sister Mary's father killed because of it. Almost fucked
No,
over
absolutely
everything.
selfish human being and everything. But I'm saying by like the end of this arc, you could see him like he's
But
not.
He
like,
never comes clean with her though. At the end,
No,
when they're in the
right.
flying car.
If the story ended there, you know, that's one thing. But obviously, like that's in the next volume, that's got to come to fruition. You know, someone's gonna find out, or you know, I think because again, going back to like where it could go, like his powers are dependent on the like his noble intention.
Yeah.
So that's even true. If it's like bare bones, I guess what I'm trying to say is like these like white nationalist fucks are like, you know, death to the beta cucks. And they're like truly, they think like they're literally, so the whole plot is that they have this alternative to gas where it's like good for the environment. They legitimately want to stop climate change, but they're doing it by completely fucked up ways, completely racist and we gotta genocidal ways.
We gotta tell the listeners how they're doing.
Yeah, they're literally just cooking like immigrant poor people.
Yes.
Yeah, I think just a lot of immigrants, just all poor people, and he was like, we can use poverty to save this planet by making biofuel, and he tricks them almost. See, this is actually what I thought was the Amazon type of thing.
Yeah.
They trick them and they go into this nice thing. Like, oh, like you're gonna do this at the warehouse. But like in Amazon, obviously you don't get murdered, but you're super expendable there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Amazon is a huge turnaround.
Ooh, great point. Yeah.
Like so I just felt like that. I thought it was a cool twist because I thought that was fucked too. I mean, it was super comic booky, but it was also comic booky in a very fucked way. It's like, damn, dude, they're just like killing poor people using their actual like body to fuel.
Right. So in this world, but even like, you know, if you had to frame it, I would say morally the scumbag is not on that side. So he's doing better. He's, you know, in this story.
That's a low bar.
Right.
Anthony.
But
he's doing better than the actual
But wait,
Nazis.
Remember, you're the hero of your own story, right?
Ooh.
And he sees himself as a hero. So to go back to the scene where he like does, you know, he sells out. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take gold. And like, you know, you guys do what you got to do. He gives a speech, right? And he's like, okay, so he's like, the way I see it, the entire world's gone mad because everyone's fucking uptight and imagines anyone different is evil. All this extreme shit, man, right? So I'm on board so far. Like, that's a good point, right?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are just taking extremes. There's like no nuance to like conversations anymore. And then he's like, politics is just the poison we use to justify our reptilian desire for war. And so to even go back to something we weren't even talking about the podcast, Jake, you know what you were saying? Like, people are tribal by nature, you know? And then he's like, you know, and then he's talking to this guy. He's like, because the nutbags like you, everybody's so on edge. They're swinging at everyone. He's like, you guys suck donkey balls. But he's like, me, I'm a goddamn hero. You know, I'm a bastard of true liberty. You know, he's like, live free, avoid responsibilities and take shit from no one. No, take shit off of no one. That's basically his fucking creed, his philosophy.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I believed him. I feel like that is, you know, and I could be on the side of that. No, that's what I meant by like, sure, the bar is low, but hey, and I feel like that's Rick Remender like talking in a way, you know what I mean? Like, fuck the man, like don't take anything from anyone.
Yeah, and if we're being optimistic, like yeah, that bar is low, but like you said, this is only the beginning. It could always rise.
Right. He has like the American flag draped on his back. He's got a cowboy hat. He's wearing a white suit.
Yeah, it's
there's
so
room
ridiculous.
for growth with the scumbag.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing about it. That's why I think the first episode, I the first issue was so jarring is because they want to have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like they wanted to start his low so low that it's gonna take a while before he's even like remotely trustworthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe he becomes more of a scumbag in the next volume. Like, you know, he digs deeper in the dirt somehow.
Yeah.
But I just love that the character on the surface, like we all saw it the same way. Like, oh man, I don't even know if I could like handle this. But, you know, by the end, he's fleshed out enough that That's good writing, I say. You know?
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
That was a good
Agreed.
quote. That was a very apt quote for earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'll share that. I gotta share that. See, scumbags are heroes, you guys.
Yeah. No,
That's why
and
we're heroes.
and also it's there, especially honestly in Rick Remender's story. So I don't want to say it's unexpected depth, because in all of Rick Remender's stories, there's something. It's not just a comic book. He has something to say, and that's why I love his writing so much. And so the Scumbag, you might not think from the title alone, oh, this is going to be a story that has something to say, but it does in a really interesting way.
I agree.
Highly recommend. 6 out of 6 Joe Pesci's for me.
Whoa! Is this Anthony's first 6?
I think so.
No way.
Oh.
No, what? I gave a 6 to Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, because Mortal Kombat got a
Mortal
flawless
Kombat's
victory.
awesome. Yeah, that's a flawless victory.
I guess, yeah, so seconds. First comic book 6, I guess. Oh, no, Watchmen I gave a 6, right?
Oh, yeah, I was
Watchmen
the one that
6.
gave less.
Yeah.
I'm going to give
Don't put this on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm gonna give Scumbag a 6 also. It was very enjoyable, honestly. I like really liked it. Dude, I almost enjoyed it too. Like, it was a very quick read, honestly.
Yeah,
so quick.
It was a
so
super
fun.
quick read. I'd almost like to read it again.
Yeah, it's easy to read again. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to give what my heart tells me.
Oh no,
Joe Pesci.
Listen to your heart. Listen to
what
your
I
heart.
want to give, and that is 6 out of 6.
Oh my god!
Well, there you have it, folks. The 666 for the Scumbag. What else could we give him,
shit.
baby?
Yes.
Oh my god! I wish.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my
666.
Satan is comics and chronic. Yeah. What?
Breaking the law.
Yes.
Yes.
Hail Satan.
Oh god!
The year is one.
Oh, that's hilarious. The year is one.
Well, guys, if you like this, if you like this episode, you gotta like it, you gotta subscribe, you gotta rate it, you gotta share it, you gotta just don't be a scumbag.
Don't be a scumbag, or be a scumbag in the best way.
In the best way.
Yeah.
Like graffiti like the side of a building and be like, listen to episode whatever number this is of Comics and Chronic.
Yeah. Especially if that building is a bank.
Yeah, yeah, Cody Cannon's taking big swings right now at the banking institutions. All right,
we're coming for you,
yeah,
Banks of America.
For you, banks. Take you down.
All banks everywhere.
Are we
You're
becoming
on fucking
Fight
notice.
Club? Is that like first rule of Comics and Chronic is to smoke a fat doobie.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did not even mean to do that.
That one wasn't even intentional. Nice.
See you guys.
Okay, well, all right. Peace.
Fuck everybody.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.